What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you some of the gear and tools and whatnot that I take with me when I go off-roading and long trips on my Coleman, which is right here. I have a Tilson 212s electric start swapped onto it, and I typically have friends riding with me, so I do bring some tools so that I can not only work on my Coleman, but some of them that are specific to the Bajas as well. So one of the most obvious things that I carry with me is 1 gallon of extra gas. I always fill it after I need it after every ride. The two Bajas are really good on gas. After I swap the Tilson onto my Coleman, it does use gas a lot faster than the other two, so that's why I carry some extra gas with me. As you can see, I got an array of screwdrivers and tools and whatnot. I use this shorter Phillips over here for getting in here to tighten down my cable for my throttle right here, or if I need to get into any places that I need something short. Then I got the longer Phillips right there, which I use to get at this throttle stop screw, and as well as some other things. I also have a flathead to facilitate the ease of putting on a master link on a chain, and I also have 2 smaller ones right here. That way, if I need to adjust the air bleed in the carburetor at all, or need to change jets or anything, I have the right screwdrivers that fit it properly and the right size for the application. Got a pair of vice grips right there. That's used if I need to pinch off the fuel line for any reason. I also got needle nose. They serve as exactly that, for a needle nose pair of pliers, and there's little cutters on them that I can use to cut my zip ties. I got regular pliers I use sometimes for master links and other things. And I also have these pair of Tecton pliers, which are meant for rounded off bolts, 8mm through 3/4 in size. And they really do work. They grip very well. I got a 1/4-inch drive of metric deep and shallow sockets, as well as 2 extensions. These are Tecton sockets and Tecton extensions, and a lot of Tecton tools here, like the pliers and whatnot. I got 2 extensions, ratchet, 1/4-inch universal, as well as a 1/4-inch to 3/8 adapter for the spark plugs. I got 1 for the racing plugs, and I have 1 for the stock style ones I carry with me as replacements. Got a big adjustable wrench. I use that for the axle nuts, and I also use that for the 15/16 nut, which is on the torque converter jack shaft for changing belts. I have a 17 and 18mm wrench. Use those for the axle nuts in the Coleman and Baja. Coleman has a 17 on one side, and Bajas have an 18. I have a 13, no, that's a 14. I got a 14mm wrench. Use that for adjusting the brakes. Got a 13mm, which is used a lot for changing out my exhaust and a lot of other things. Another 12mm. I use this occasionally, mostly for my exhaust. 11mm for motor mount bolts. 10mm is everywhere. And I got a 1/2 inch for crankshaft bolts. I also have a mini adjustable wrench as well. This is the actually only SAE socket that I have in this kit, which is for hose clamps for the gas lines. It's an Allen socket for the handlebar clamps to the Bajas. Right over here, this right here is a little tool bag that I put them all in, and I have a zip tie on a spare belt. Right here, got a tie down in case I need to use it to tow one of my buddies on a mini bike or a go-kart, if they need to tow me or anything like that. That comes in handy. I've used it a couple times already. I also got some duct tape and electrical tape. Bunch of bungee cords. I strap my shit to the rack with them, and I carry extras just in case I acquire something on the way. Another thing that's essential is a big bag of master links. Then we got air filter spray to keep the fine dust out. It catches it and It's for my K&N style filters. Got bug spray, chain lube. We have 2 work lights. I bolt them, no, not bolt them, I use zip ties and clamp them down to the front of my Coleman and the rear, because this one here flashes red, so I use that as tail lights. And if I ever break down later in the day, I can use them to see. And then right here, I got a little bit of extra motor oil. And in this bag right here, I got a small length of gas line, a headlight bulb for one of the Bajas, extra stock spark plugs. I have an assortment of gaskets in there. I got 1 wheel bearing, a couple fuel filters and whatnot. And pretty much the last thing I got for this kit is the bag that I put everything in. So if you ever go on long rides or anything like that, whether you're alone or with some buddies, be prepared. Bring some tools and whatnot, and better be safe than sorry than stranded on the road. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.